This film's story is a little different from what you usually see, a bit unusual, a bit mysterious. It starts with a young woman named Dani. One day, Dani gets an email, not from some stranger, but from her own sister. The email says, "I can't take this anymore. I'm going to be with Mom and Dad." Reading that, Dani realizes her sister is talking about suicide. Terrified, she tries calling her, but the phone is off. Panicking, Dani calls her boyfriend Christian and asks him to meet her that night. Here, we learn something important. Christian isn't really emotionally invested in Dani. He's with her out of convenience while Dani loves him deeply. Next, we see Christian hanging out with his friends, partying. His friends tell him he should break up with Dani. Meanwhile, it's revealed that Dani's sister has taken her own life in a shocking, disturbing way. Dani is crushed. To try and comfort her, Christian takes her to a party. At the party, one of Christian's friends invites them all to a special summer festival. This festival happens in a remote village with a very tight-knit, isolated community. The friend explains it's a unique event. It only happens once every 90 years. They all plan to go. Dani hesitates at first, but finally agrees after Christian convinces her. They head out to the festival. When they arrive, it feels like stepping into a dream. Lush greenery, calm, and an eerie kind of beauty. They meet a man there with a couple of friends. He offers them a special drink. After they drink it, they all start feeling intoxicated, like their senses are slipping away. It's 9 p.m., but it's still bright outside and like time is bending. Dani heads to the bathroom and feels like someone's following her. Scared, she runs outside and faints. When she wakes up, she's told a whole day has passed. Apparently, night here lasts only a few hours. Soon they arrive at a giant sun-shaped gate where an older woman greets them warmly from a raised platform. The festival kicks off with excitement and vibrant colors. Girls dance hand in hand and one smiles at Christian, clearly interested. He smiles back. Dani notices a wall filled with photos of girls wearing crowns. She learns these are past winners of the dance contest, and the winner becomes the festival queen. The next day, an elderly couple dressed in traditional clothes is chosen for a ritual. They're seated in chairs and taken to the top of a cliff. Below, a woman reads from a book, reciting a prayer. Then the couple cuts their hands and marks a sacred symbol with their blood. Afterward, they jump off the cliff. The woman dies instantly, but the man breaks his leg and survives. In agonizing pain, he screams. And shockingly, everyone around starts screaming too, like they're sharing his pain. Then a young woman smashes the man's head with a huge mallet. Another girl follows. Finally, he dies. This horrific event leaves Dani and her friends terrified and confused. They don't understand what's going on or why. The couple, the friends who came with them, are horrified and want to leave. An older woman from the community stops them and explains that the elderly couple had completed their life cycle. They'd lived 72 years, which this community sees as 2 full cycles of life. So they chose to end their lives peacefully, willingly. She explains that in their culture, life is a full circle, and death at the end of the cycle is met with peace and acceptance, not fear or pain. She adds, she'll follow the same path when her time comes, but the couple can't accept this and decide to leave. As the woman packs her bag to leave, she looks for her husband, but he's gone. She asks a man nearby who says her husband left already. Shocked, she says, "How could he leave without me?" The man smirks and says there was only room for one person in the truck, so her husband had to go alone. He adds that another truck will come soon to take her to the station. Next, we see Dani, shaken and scared. She wants to leave too, but one friend convinces her to stay. She agrees. The scene shifts. A little girl is chained and about to be drowned. Dani intervenes, demanding, "Why are you doing this?" Eventually, the girl is saved. It turns out the community was testing her strength and resilience. Another sign of how strange and mysterious their customs are. Later, we see the cremation of the elders. Their ashes are offered beneath an ancient sacred tree, which the villagers deeply revere. Around this time, one of Dani's friends makes a serious mistake. He urinates near the sacred tree. The villagers are furious. It's seen as a huge disrespect. Another friend is writing a book, researching the villagers' lives and traditions to understand how they live and celebrate. He meets the village librarian who tells him about a sacred book the community reveres. Some pages are blank because the book changes over time. As the future unfolds, the book updates itself. The blank pages represent the unknown future. Whatever happens next will be automatically written in. The man asks who decides what gets written. The librarian explains it's a man named Reuben who writes the book. Reuben has a strange face. The villagers call him a ratzel, meaning someone with a special gift or power. After this, Dani's friend wants to take pictures of the book, but the librarian firmly says no. Later that night, Dani's friend sneaks off to take photos anyway. Suddenly, someone quietly comes up behind him. Thinking it's Dani, he's caught off guard. Then the person attacks from behind and knocks him out cold. Then a shocking reveal. The attacker is wearing the skin of Dani's friend. So this wasn't her friend at all. These people had actually murdered him. Next, we see Dani, worried sick about her friends. She asks around, "Has anyone seen them since last night?" The village elder says their sacred book has been missing since then, and they suspect Dani's friends stole it and ran. But now, the audience knows the terrible truth. The big village festival kicks off and Dani joins in. At the start, all the young women are given a special drink that makes them drunk, and they begin dancing. Tradition says the girls must dance around a tree. Whoever dances the longest wins the title of queen. All the girls take part, and eventually Dani is the last one standing. She becomes the queen. The whole village bows to her and honors her with a beautiful headdress and a special throne. Meanwhile, Christian sits quietly in a room. The village elder woman approaches, sits beside him, and somberly tells him it's been decided. He must spend time with Maya so she can have a child and carry on their bloodline. Maya is the same girl who smiled at Christian earlier. Christian is then made to inhale a special smoke that completely intoxicates him. Dani watches from afar, horrified. The sight is so upsetting that she starts vomiting and crying uncontrollably. Strangely, all the other girls around her begin crying too, sharing Dani's pain, helping her let it out. Christian stumbles outside, panicked. Along the way, he spots a man half buried in the ground, just one leg sticking out. On closer look, it's one of their old friends, dead, killed by these people. Christian races to a nearby house and finds another friend hanging, brutally murdered. As Christian starts to piece it all together, someone appears suddenly and blows more of that intoxicating smoke into his face. He passes out. The villagers gather, and their leader explains the festival requires 9 sacrifices, 4 from the village and 4 outsiders. 1 sacrifice remains to be chosen, and Dani must decide if it will be a villager or an outsider. We see Dani, furious with Christian for betraying her. She looks at him, breaks down crying, making it clear she's chosen Christian as the final sacrifice. Then, the villagers perform a strange ritual. They kill a bear, gut it, and place Christian inside its hollowed skin. They believe this sacrifice will cleanse the village and restart the cycle of rebirth. Christian and the other sacrifices are placed inside a special temple, which is then set on fire. As the flames rise, the villagers scream and cry, as if feeling the pain of the souls burning inside. Dani breaks down, crying uncontrollably. Finally, we see Dani's face, now wearing a calm, mysterious smile. The meaning is unclear. And this is where the story ends. Now, tell me, what do you think about the ending? Whatever your theories are, share them in the comments below. The box is all yours.